Give me a second, everybody. Are we live? Yes? Sound check, sound check, sound check. Yes, we are. Alright. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Today I'm not late, right? Not late today. Alright. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, students and traders all around the world. This is Mike, the FX boss, broadcasting you live on YouTube and other streaming platform. This is the Forex course 101, everybody. Remember, the goal is to bring you from zero to a millionaire trader in 3 years on average, right? In an institutional way. You know what this means, right? You are first an analyst, then you become a trader step by step with the understanding. Good morning. Yes, exactly. Making money in the Forex market, it's not easy, right, everybody? And as always, if you want to receive the free ebook, everybody, the little book of trading secrets with this beautiful man, please visit the website www.fxbossfx.com. And if you want the free manual, today we're going to talk about higher time frames and lower time frames. All right, send me an email to mikefxboss@gmail.com. Never forget, you're going to graduate from this course when you have your chart set up and ready for trading, everybody. Number 2, you have your strategy in place, you understand why you win, why you lose. And number 3, you have a complete understanding on how this market works, so you can analyze the market and make an educated prediction. Today we're going to work on number 2, number 3. Risk disclaimer: this stream is not trading or investment advice. We are here to learn. Okay, remember, if your way is not working, right, being humble. If your way is not working, why don't you try ours? All right, boss, what about Darwinex? We are going to have an introduction to Darwinex, everybody, in the coming weeks. Okay, if you want to take advantage of our beginner trader deal, sign up with Darwinex Zero with the discount code FXBoss and get the FX Boss book, How to Find Your Edge in Trading, or the recordings of our all past courses at 50% discount, payment of $50 instead of $99. And please, when you sign up, send me an email, because I cannot know automatically that you have signed for Darwinex Zero, right? That being said, everybody, let's go to charts, okay? And how to trade higher time frames. Good morning, John, Max, Todd, Paulo, how are you, Paulo? Paul, Maxine, wow, long time no see, everybody. Marcos, hello. Douglas, hello. João is here, everybody. Okay, everybody. All right, so how to trade higher time frame and lower time frames. Okay, let's go on the 4-hour chart example, USD CAD 4-hour chart, or let's start with the 15-minute chart, okay? 15-minute chart. Everybody open the 15-minute chart. Give me a second. Give me a second on the 15-minute chart. Just a second. Okay. So if we zoom in, tell me, talking about, you're not a trader yet, you're an analyst, but talking about trading, right? Are we in an uptrend, or are we in a downtrend, or are we sideways? How do you understand the chart that you are seeing? Don't be shy, there is no right or wrong. You can tell whatever you want, it's not really a problem. How do you, everybody, it's USD CAD 15-minute chart. Play around with the chart a little bit, zoom in like this. Trading View, it's alright, not a problem. You can use whatever charting software you prefer. Zoom in or zoom out, have fun, right? But tell me, in terms of trading, are we in an uptrend? Are we in a downtrend? What are we looking at talking about USD CAD 15-minute chart? There is no right or wrong. If I'm the trader and you are the analyst, would you tell me buy the 15-minute chart, or would you tell me to sell the 15-minute chart? What pattern would you buy? What pattern would you sell? Okay, and for you to make money, everybody, as an analyst first, you know, for us to get the skill, of understanding probabilities. Okay, everybody, for us to get the skill of understanding probabilities, we need to get skill at two things. So number one, I need to get the direction right. Okay, so you have general plus long term, okay, plus short term. Okay, this is number one. For us to get the skill of understanding the probabilities, number one, I need to get the direction right, long term, short term, general. And number two, which is the most difficult, you know, number two, I need to get the timing right. Okay, I need to get the timing right. Does this make sense? So now we're talking about direction, okay? If you are the analyst, I'm the trader, what would you tell me to do on USD CAD 15-minute chart? Max, no, it's right now, Max. YouTubers, participate, please. Most of you guys are on Teams, but we are streaming to YouTube too. Okay. USD CAD 15-minute chart. What would you tell me to do here, right? There is no right or wrong, but you know, are we up, down, whatever? Boss, I don't know. All right. So if we're going to use trend lines, just an example. No, this is not a strategy. You know, do we agree that USD CAD on the 15-minute chart, the market broke the downtrend line, and then, you know, the market is like this above the uptrend line? Do we agree on that, everybody? Just an example. Okay. Type in the chat, yes, I agree. Type in the chat, no, I don't agree. Harrison, how are you, Harrison? Greetings from Nigeria. Wow. Big hug to Nigeria. We have Julius, everybody. Monday, Wednesday. Julius from Nigeria. You know. A big hug to Nigeria, everybody. So 15-minute chart, you know, everybody. And do we agree that on the 15-minute chart, USD CAD, it's making market wave, right? We just learned market wave. You know, something like this. Just an example. You know, just an example. Okay, so if we zoom in, right, on USD CAD 15-minute chart, you know, short term, isn't the market making higher highs, higher lows, everybody? Short term. Just an example again. No, this is not a strategy, Mike. No. Todd, no, this is not a strategy, Todd. Okay. Just an example. There is no right or wrong, okay? So you could be a swing trader looking at this chart. You could be a scalper looking at this chart. You could be a day trader looking at the same chart, and you're trying to figure out, okay, on the 15-minute chart, what is what, right? The pattern it's on you, you know, okay? That's just an example. So can we conclude like, okay, just an example, not a fact. Say, all right, so I'm going to, you know, I'm going to buy because the market is changing the short-term trend, and this is going to be an extension trade on the red pattern. Yes, just an example, right? So if I get the direction right on the 15-minute chart, and if I get the timing right on the 15-minute chart, then I should be able to make some pips. Agreed, everybody? Pips and money, right? Make sense? It's those two in the beginning, right? For us to get the skill of understanding probabilities. If I get the direction right, in this example would be short term, you know, I'm trying to get advantage of the short-term trend, you know, I'm trying to get the timing right, you know, not to buy a downtrend, whatever, but it's changing the short-term trend. So I should be able to make some pips and money, right? Example. Okay, so if this would be, give me a second, if this would be extension trade on the STT, short-term trend, you know, trading the market wave on the 15-minute chart. Okay, everybody, just an example. There is no right or wrong. Counter trend line break. Thank you, Max. Counter trend line break. Do we have it? We have it, I believe. Give me a second. Counter trend line break. Max is asking. You know, well, not really. Well, yeah, okay, here. This one, you know, the white one. We had the counter trend line break, closed body candle, right? Making higher highs, higher lows. Okay. So this is the extension trade on this market wave. Now pay attention, everybody. If I go to the daily chart, so this is from the, it's keep, okay, I need to undo this, everybody. Yes, create a copy. Would you like to make a copy? No. All right. Do I have it? Yes, alright, very good, excellent. Okay. Now this is an extension trade on the 15-minute chart. And if we go here and we chart the monthly band and we start from the top charting market wave and trends, right? Lower lows, lower highs, and so on. So high to low to high, high to low to high, you know, and then high to low to high, high to low to high, you know, and high to low. So here, do we agree that on the daily chart we are in a downtrend, everybody? Making lower lows, lower highs. Do we agree that market wave, maybe? For the market wave, we need to see the change in the short-term trend, right? So it's lower low, lower highs, and it's higher highs, higher lows. Marcus, market wave. Okay, so is this a retracement in here, everybody, on the market wave? No, it's not, right? So I need to go high to low to high, high to low to high. I'm trying to find the retracement, making higher highs, higher lows. Oh, give me a second. I'm not sure in here. Do we have a retracement? I'm not sure about everybody. Give me a second. So when you are in doubt, you go to here, widget. There you go. Let's see. I'm seeing a high, but I'm not sure if I'm seeing a low. I'm not sure if this is a low, everybody. No, it's not. It's, give me a second. Low 14165, 14167. No, it's not a low. See, not on those charts. So this is not a low. Therefore, this is not a short-term uptrend, and this is not a short-term uptrend, everybody. Okay. So on USD CAD daily chart, market wave. This is the down extension leg, and if this is the down extension leg, everybody, is this price action an extension or is this price action a retracement? Give me a second. Daily, there you go. And we can bring this down to here. All right. Now this is not a strategy. Boss, I'm not following. Thank you very much for the comment, fair enough. The lesson today, it's how to trade higher time frames and lower time frames, and it's not that easy. We are trying to learn everybody the understanding of probabilities, okay? So if I'm making my analysis on the 15-minute chart and I'm buying this extension because it's making higher highs, higher lows, okay? Now I'm trying to understand, you know, and remember this is an extension trade on the 15-minute chart, but this same extension trade on the 15-minute chart is a retracement trade on the daily. Does this make sense? And the cardinal rule of the Forex course 101 is the higher time frame controls price action and movement on the smaller time frames. And if we chart the short-term trend just quickly, you know, we didn't address yet, I believe, support, resistance, pivot points, but this market on the daily hit past resistance here. Can you see, everybody? The market was making higher highs, higher lows, went up in here, hit past resistance, and now we are here, all right? So when you are buying on the 15-minute chart and everything is in place, Max, yes, Max, Marcus, John, Maxine, everything is in place, right? On YouTube, who teaching Harrison? I'm sorry, I didn't catch the question. Okay, everybody? So if I'm buying this extension trade on the 15-minute chart or the 4-hour chart, we're going to check different time frames. You know, what is this? What's the probability of 15-minute trade, the trade on the 15-minute chart compared to the daily? This is all the same. This is absolutely not the same. This is where our understanding of probabilities get confused. Make sense? Boss, but the daily is in an uptrend. No, it's not. No, it's not, John. The daily is not in an uptrend. Everybody, downtrend, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Just because the market is doing this, remember from the previous lessons, just because the market on the daily chart or whatever chart for that matters, just because the market is making higher highs, higher lows, this is not a representation of an uptrend. Okay, how do you know? We are learning relevant high on the downtrend, relevant low on the downtrend, relevant lower high on the downtrend, relevant lower low on the downtrend, and this is nothing more than a retracement on the downtrend, yes? This is where you are going to buy a counter trend line break on the smaller time frame, all right? You are going to buy the blue. Everybody, those lessons are critical for your understanding if you want to become a profitable trader in the future, okay? So you are seeing an uptrend on the smaller time frame, all right? You are seeing an uptrend on the blue. In this example, the 15-minute chart in here, uptrend, up market way, whatever, really. You are learning a concept, okay? So you are seeing an uptrend on the 4-hour chart, 2-hour chart, 15-minute chart, and there is an uptrend there. But going to a higher time frame, this is not an uptrend anymore, okay? Oh, but it's making higher highs, higher lows. This is not a representation of an uptrend. This is a retracement on the downtrend, and this is where on the smaller time frame you are going to buy in here, and you are going to lose 7 times out of 10. Does this make sense? Example, exactly, it's an example. So I'm going to, just an example, I'm not affirming that this chart 15 minutes is going to go down, but the concept I'm trying to explain, if this market goes down and stops me out nonetheless, the question is, alright, why did I lose on the 15-minute chart? Or the 1-hour chart, on the 4-hour chart? Answer, because I bought a retracement on the daily. Your teacher is really impressive, but I'm having network issues. Thank you very much, Harrison. Appreciate it. Share the knowledge, everybody. Forex Course 101 is for free. Tell all your friends, family, everything to join classes, ask questions, ask for the manual, everybody. Okay, this manual is for free. This ebook is for free. You know, it's a little book of trading secrets, mind traps, psychological mind traps. And where we are here. Okay, everybody, give me a second. This from the manual anyway. Okay, so it's higher time frames and smaller time frames. And as we are learning here, everybody, we're trying to learn today. We're going to work on this a few classes, alright? It's not one class. We're trying to learn, number one, direction. No, there is no right or wrong on the strategy, Max. Don't worry. Okay, for us to get the skill of understanding probabilities in the future, you know, understanding probabilities, it's a skill. Does this make sense? You can learn how to understand probabilities, and today it's one of the lessons. For me to build consistency or to make some money, I need to get skilled that I need to get the direction right, example, and I need to get the timing right, example. Alright? It's not that difficult, everybody. If I get the direction right, but I enter with the wrong timing, what is going to happen? Am I going to make money or lose money? I know I'm generalizing, but anyway, you know, for you to understand. Retail traders, you the analysts, it's proven that getting the direction right, you know, it's fairly easy, you know, it's not that difficult, right? It's charting uptrend, downtrend, consolidation, you know, it's charting monthly, weekly, daily, you know. Hello Olga, how are you? So if I got the direction right, but I got the timing wrong, what is going to happen? Am I going to win or lose as an analyst? Type in the chat, everybody, what do you think? Of course, on Teams is saying, John, lose. Marina, lose. Marco, lose. Paul, lose. Paolo, lose. Todd, lose. Max, lose. Maxine, lose. YouTubers, everybody on YouTube, if I got the direction right as an analyst, you know, direction it's I'm buying because I'm seeing an uptrend, right? Low, high, higher low, higher high. That's the direction, right? I got the general direction, maybe long term, whatever may be the case, you know. Now I'm buying, right? The market is near the uptrend line. I'm buying this counter trend line break, and there is a counter trend line break, but I have wrong timing. Am I going to make some money and win, or am I going to lose? You are going to win. I got the direction wrong. This is not the right time to enter. Can you see? Okay, I'm buying this counter trend line break. when the market is still in a retracement, yes? Boss, this is too much information. Rewatch the recording a few times. Alright? So, the short-term trend behaves like the market wave. This short-term uptrend, now it's in a retracement. Right? It's making lower lows, lower highs, the retracement. In about a month, we're going to talk about the Fibonacci's. You know, if I got that, so I bought the counter trend line break in here. Boss, how it's possible to trade the counter trend line break in the wrong way? Oh, it's not that difficult. In an uptrend, you are going to put the counter trend line break in a, you know, instead of doing this as a counter trend line break example, you are going to do that. You are going to do this, and you are going to do this, and you are going to do this. Make sense? It's not that difficult to make wrong decisions with trend lines. Okay, Julius, Olga, Dave, Paul, Joshua, if I buy this counter trend line break, am I buying an uptrend or am I buying a downtrend, which is a retracement on the uptrend? Ah, that's a nice question, right? Great question, I don't know. Look at the chart. Boss, can you repeat the question? If I buy this counter trend line break, look at the mouse, look at the arrow. If I enter in the market right now, am I buying the blue uptrend or am I buying a retracement, which is a downtrend, making lower lows, lower highs? That's the question in perception when learning probabilities, you as an analyst. This is a matter of perception. I know what you are thinking, everybody. Type in the chat. Olga, what do you think? Harrison, what do you think? YouTube, students on YouTube, student traders on YouTube, what do you think? Am I buying the blue, the uptrend, buying here, or am I buying a downtrend, a retracement? Let's see how your ego is set. You know, everybody, what is ego? Ego is that you know everything. And of course, this is, I'm buying. What are you buying here? I'm going to wait for student traders on YouTube, guys. I'm going to wait. I'm going to read later the comments on Teams. Boss, what is Teams? It's a platform. Last year, Teams, it's the Skype, everybody. It's an app you can download on the computer, you know, connect and... Make sense? Boss, do you have a Telegram channel? Not yet. There is no, this is not a strategy, everybody. Okay, let's make a poll, everybody. How many of you online on YouTube believe that buying in here, I'm buying the blue uptrend? Hands up, type in the chat. Yes, you are buying an uptrend, the blue. Let's make a poll. And how many of you believe that with this counter trend line break, I'm buying a downtrend, which is wrong timing? Let's make a poll, everybody. There is no right or wrong anyway. Don't be shy. We don't bite. You are thinking something anyway. Makes sense? This is how you learn. Talk to me. Share what you think. This is how you're going to learn the skill. This is why we make mistakes in the beginning. Makes sense? We are trading something that it's really not. We believe we are trading something that it's really not. Make sense? And the lesson today is it's explaining how to find on the charts what is the pattern. What is the strongest pattern. Joshua, Dave, Shantana, Olga, Nandozi, Harrison. I have a 20 seconds delay on the chat, everybody. Okay, if I'm buying this counter trend line breaking here, am I buying the blue uptrend or am I buying the downtrend, the retracement? What do you think? Applause to Olga, red one. Congratulations. Okay, how many of you believe that if you buy now, right now, which is wrong timing, how many of you believe that you are buying the blue? Even if it's at past support, right? Okay, so I do have some comments on the other streaming platform, everybody, not on YouTube, but so some people say, oh yeah, you are buying the blue. Okay, now listen to this. This is the logic behind, right? If you are my trader, okay, and some of you in the future, in the next few years, are going to become my traders, you know, I'm going to call in the office and I'm going to ask you, John, why did you buy this? Did you buy, you know, it's wrong timing, you know? And John is going to say, well, I bought the blue. Okay, if you bought the blue, tell me, John, how do you know that the market is going to go up? What's the answer? Harrison says, I believe. What's the answer, everybody? If you are like John, it's a matter of perception and ego, you know. You are going to enter here because you are at past support near the uptrend line, you know, and I'm asking you, you are working for me, you're my trader, and I'm asking you, John, why did you buy here? And John is going to say, well, I bought the blue. All right, fair enough. How did you know that the market is going to go up? What's the answer? When Olga compared to John, Olga is going to see the same price action, and Olga is going to see the same counter trend line break, and Olga is going to wait until the market does something like this. Everybody, can you see the difference? Can you see the difference, everybody? Olga is going to buy in here. Okay, John was buying a red retracement, thinking that he's trading the blue. John is just a name. It's not personal, John. Don't get mad at me. It's not personal. It could be Mike. You know, I'm the one making mistakes. Don't worry. It's not personal. So the Mike was buying here. You know, he was buying a downtrend. Make sense? Where Olga got the skill, she's going to wait and she's going to buy in here. When I'm going to ask John, why did you buy a retracement? How do you know that the market is going to go up? John is going to be speechless. And I'm going to tell John, don't get mad. John is just a name, you know, it's not personal. And I'm going to say, first warning, John, 2 more and you are in an institution, you are fired. And I'm going to ask Olga the same question. Olga, how do you know that the market is going to go up? And Olga is going to say, well, the short-term trend changed. John was speculating, everybody. So you should get better in the skill of understanding probabilities. You should not speculate. Stop speculate. All right? Olga on the other side, she didn't speculate. Does this make sense? Type in the chat, everybody. Rewatch this lesson every day for the next 20 days. Oh, but I'm not going to watch this lesson for the... Your brain doesn't understand probabilities yet. It's a skill, it's a habit, make sense? If you would stop trade from speculation, I guarantee you are going to lose at least 50% less. Boss, how do you know? Because you are going to enter with the correct timing. Does this make sense? Correct timing, it's not a guarantee. Correct timing is going to just improve the probabilities of the trade. Does this make sense? Okay? This is why we are learning today. For us to make money or pips or get the consistency that we are looking for, we need to learn as analysts. I need to get the direction right, general, long-term, short-term, and then I need to have the right timing. Alright, so back to charts. You know, just an example, some of you were late to class. Don't be late to class, everybody. Don't be late on class if you are serious learning. You know, the problem with the Forex course 101 is that it's for free for you. You know, maybe I'm going to make it payable. You know, $100, whatever, for you not to be late, right? Oh, but it's for free, you know, so I'm going to be late 30 minutes, you know. I mean, we are looking for traders anyway, but don't be late on classes, everybody. Okay? You're missing information, then you're wasting time. You need to go back and rewatch the recording and everything. And you're unable to ask questions if you miss class. Anyway, back to the 15-minute chart. You know, here, if this is the market wave, you know, higher highs, higher lows, lower, lower highs, and now it's changing the short-term trend, you would say, example, oh, this is an extension trade on the market wave. Okay, it's an extension trade, which is high probability, right? Extensions, trading extensions compared to retracements are higher trading extensions compared to retracement are higher probability, right? Okay, so me on the 15-minute chart, I might be thinking, okay, I'm trading an extension, which is, you know, nothing wrong. So if I'm going to lose, you know, not today, but in the future, in the advanced institutional trader course, you are going to learn about risk. You know, you are going to risk 0.5%, 1%, whatever, or even more if you believe, oh, it's a high probability trade, you know, and then you're going to lose 7 times out of 10, you know, and when you are learning this, you're going to understand, all right, why did I lose? Well, because from the higher time frame, what was an extension trade? Remember before we talked about Olga and John? John was buying a retracement, Olga waited for an extension, Olga waited for a change in the short-term trend. So now this is the live market, a real chart. What is an extension on the 50-minute chart? On the daily, if I'm going too fast, type in the chat on YouTube too. Boss, slow down! Hold the horses. I repeat again. What I'm buying on the 15-minute chart as an extension, it's really a retracement on the daily. Can you see it, everybody? The daily downtrend, the blue, extension, retracement, extension, retracement, extension, right? If the blue is the relevant highs and lows, relevant high, relevant low, relevant high, relevant low, relevant high, relevant low. So if this is the relevant high and low, if this is the extension on the blue short-term downtrend, then all of this noise, all of this price action is nothing more than a retracement on the blue. Does this make sense? I'm not asking you, do you agree with me? I'm asking you, does this make sense? Does this make sense? So probability-wise, buying a retracement on the daily, is this high probability or low probability? Especially, we didn't learn yet past resistance, you know. Boss, but everybody listen up. Great question from Paul. Boss, but I'm not buying the daily. Boss, but I'm not trading the daily. Yes, I agree with you, but your 15-minute chart, your 1 hour chart, your 2 hour chart, your 4 hour chart are a structural part of the daily. Write this down, everybody, and never forget. Even though you are trading the 15-minute chart, not the daily is going to influence the 15-minute chart. I mean, the higher time frame controls price action and movement on the smaller time frame. Does this make sense? No, I'm not saying that Paul is wrong. No. Everybody, you must understand something. It takes some time. There is no right or wrong in the markets. It's a game of probabilities. Make sense? There is no right or wrong. I don't know if the market can go up. Sure, I don't know. And the market can go down. Also, it's true. Sure, right? Make sense? But statistically speaking, you expecting the market to go up in here and break the relevant high, it can, it's low probability, makes sense, today. Okay? Now, if the market breaks this high on the blue, then it can go up to the next high, up in here. Make sense? But this is step by step. Step by step, step by step, step by step. Okay? Boss, how do you know that it's low probability for the market to go up and break this high? Because extensions are stronger than retracements by default. Does this make sense? Marina, boss, can you chart something? I don't understand the market wave from the higher time frame, the smaller time frame. Alright, give me a second. Text. Give me a second. Whoops, daily. That's the daily. Ask questions, everybody, and there's the 2 hour, right? Or 1 hour. Some of you are on the 1 hour chart. Okay? This is the daily, okay? We are at the upper band. Just an example. We are at the upper band, and this is the daily trend. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? On the 1 hour chart, you are going to see more of those because simply it's a smaller time frame. All right, Marina? Just an example. Okay? Now, very slowly, and talk to me if it's not clear, everybody. Okay? If it's not clear, that's on me, not your fault. Okay? Now, trends, we've learned how trends and market wave work, right? You are trading the 1 hour chart. What is going to happen in here? Is the market going to continue extending, or is the market going to retrace sooner or later? This is predictable. Hello Nandozi, how are you? That's predictable, everybody. You are on the 1 hour chart, okay, and simultaneously you are here too on the daily, right? The daily is the shortened trend. This is not the market wave, it didn't develop yet, is the shortened trend on the daily. Okay? But you are trading from the 1 hour chart. Looking at the 1 hour chart, what is going to happen next? Is the market going to fall, or is a retracement going to come? And this is predictable. You as an analyst, you can learn this. It's a skill, right? This is where day traders enter trading. Are you going to short the market, or are you going to buy carefully? What you're going to do down here? We have 14 more minutes, everybody. Talk to me. On YouTube too, student traders on YouTube. There is no right or wrong. You can buy, no, you cannot stay out, I'm sorry. John want to stay out? John, you got personal, not personal, John is just a name, could be Jean-Paul or whatever, you know. Jean-Claude. Where is Jean-Claude? You know, there is no right or wrong. Hedge fund trader Nandozi, hedge fund trader Harrison, hedge fund trader Olga on YouTube. What is going to happen next in here? What do you think? What is going to happen here? Is the market going to fall right now, or is the market going to retrace? Let's make a poll, everybody. How many of you believe that the market is going to just fall, like, you know, let's short the market in an extension? Or how many of you believe that, oh, it's going to, sooner or later on the 1 hour chart, is going to push into retracement? Going short is high risk because the market tends to retrace. Excellent. Applause to Nandozi. Okay. Now, if we zoom in, you know, if we zoom in to this rectangle, if we zoom in this rectangle, okay, is this retracement going to be short term or long term? We're expecting a retracement on the 1 hour, yes we do. Is this retracement going to be short term or long term on the 1 hour? Very likely retracement to come. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Short term, alright. So, on the 1 hour there is going to be a retracement. This is a counter trend line break. The market is going to make a lower low like this, and you are going to sell the market. Agreed, everybody? Because you do believe that the next, you know, extension is coming, right? Makes sense, everybody? You can use this. It's not a strategy, it's a setup, you know. Just we are learning how our brain works and how the logic behind our brain works and why we are doing what we are doing. Yes? Okay, so you are going to short the market. It makes all the sense on the 1 hour chart, you know. And then the market is going to higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and it's going to stop you out. Okay? Why did this happen? Who can tell me why did this happen? Everybody? This is fully predictable. Make sense? Why did this happen? Boss, I don't know, help me out. Because of this guy. Make sense, everybody? The 1 hour must retrace on the short-term trend, yes, but also the daily must retrace, yes. So, if the daily short-term trend is the blue, okay, now I'm going to overlap. This is the daily short-term trend. You are just not seeing it. Okay, and your stop loss on the 1 hour chart, everybody, was up in here. This was your stop loss. Make sense? Can you see your stop loss on the 1 hour chart? We're just micromanaging the chart. This is your, if I get out of this one and this one and this one, if I delete these things to be more clear, on the 1 hour chart, this was your stop loss level in here. But the daily can retrace up to here. Can you see the blue? The daily can retrace until it breaks the trend, the downtrend, it can retrace up to here. But your stop loss on the 1 hour chart was here. Does this make sense? Please, does this make sense? Please. And if it doesn't make it, that's on me. Don't worry. It's me, you know. That's not on you, it's me. I need to teach you this stuff. That's my job. Many times you're giving back to the market trades on the smaller time frame because we are not aware or we don't bother about the higher time frames patterns. Very likely the retracement will come, fail long term. Make sense, everybody? And even if you understand this, now guess what is going to happen? So, alright boss, I can learn this, it's nothing special. I agree with you. I'm going to put the stop loss. I'm going to enter on the 1 hour and I'm going to put the stop loss up in here. Alright? If the 1 hour chart goes up and up and up and stops you out on the daily, why did happen? Why did this happen? It's predictable too. You might be asking, how is this predictable? Because on the daily, this is the short-term trend. And how the price action moves, it's market wave, it's also called market structure theory. It's extension. When the market's making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, it's an extension leg from the market wave, everybody. Okay, and this market wave, market structure, in an extension leg, it must retrace. The blue was the short-term trend, the yellow is the market wave. So this market wave, making lower lows, lower highs on the short-term trend, it must retrace too. Does this make sense? If you lose once, it's not a big deal, but if you lose 2 times, 3 times, you are not... It takes some time, alright? But so try to learn that on the 1 hour chart, you should be buying in here, not selling anymore, because the market, this is not a strategy, okay? We are here to learn, but the logic is this is the extension leg. Now it must become a retracement. A retracement must come. And this is even if you put the stop loss on the 1 hour chart, different levels, even on the daily, is going to crush you. And those losers are predictable. Boss, how can I learn faster? Send me an email. I can coach you privately if you want. I don't have a lot of time. I'm going to tell you already. You know. Javen, we have Harrison from Nigeria today. Everybody. Okay. And this explains, everybody, if you go USD CAD on the weekly chart example, before we finish for today, you know, if I get out of this one and out of this one, you know, do you believe that the market must retrace on the weekly? Did the market retrace on the weekly, everybody? Why the weekly now? Why not? We have also the monthly. You know? What is this one, everybody? Is this a short-term trend on the weekly, or is this a market wave on the weekly? What are you seeing? Yeah, I don't have a lot of time. We can try, I can coach you, I don't know, send me an email, we can talk schedules if you want. I have a few spots left. Okay. Hedge fund trader Harrison, hedge fund trader Olga, hedge fund trader Nandozi, John, Jane, Marina, Todd, Marcus, Paul on Teams. So this is the, you know, is this the market wave, everybody, or is this the short-term trend? Julius is already helping you. So if I short the market, is this high probability or low probability, everybody? On the daily too. Weekly, high to low, low to high, high to, that's not even a low, high to low. Everybody, this is a short-term downtrend on the weekly, right? Short-term trend, sure. If I short the market, is this high probability or low probability? No, I'm not saying shorting the market, it's wrong, but if it's low probability, you should risk less. Make sense? If you're risking 0.5% on your normal trade, risk 0.25% on a high risk trade. That's the logic. And tomorrow we're going to move forward, everybody. We are trying to, this is really an introduction to multiple time frame trading. All right, if this is, okay, if I delete this one, you know, what, everybody, what is the, give me a second, you know, what is the yellow one? Is the yellow one the short-term trend or is the yellow one the market wave? What is the yellow one? Boss, I don't know. Look at the chart. If the yellow one is the extension leg on the market wave, what must come next? A retracement must come next. Is a retracement coming? Did the retracement come? Boss, I don't know. Look at the chart. You need to chart trends, chart everything. Do we have a change in the short-term trend? Market wave, exactly. What is the low that the market must break for you to have a better probability? Do you see the low that the market must break on the daily to have a better probability, everybody? Rewatch this specific lesson, rewatch it every day for the next 20 days and study the charts. I guarantee you your trading, even if you're an analyst, and your perception of the market is going to improve. There is a logic in this market, you know, if the market's making higher highs, higher lows, until the market breaks this low, everything in between, it's high risk. If we are talking about selling, if we are talking about shorting. Why, boss, why? Because the market is in an uptrend. It's in a retracement, making higher highs, higher lows. Nandozi, yes, there is a change in short-term trend. Do you understand, everybody? Whatever you do on the smaller time frame, shorting, is going to be high risk. Why is that? Again, because the higher time frame controls price action and movement on the smaller time frame. Once the market breaks this low, this is not a guarantee. You've learned how to confirm trends. This is going to be the next extension leg on the short-term trend, okay? And you are going to sell in here, and now it's going to be breakout rate. What is going to happen when you sell down in here? This rectangle. You are going to lose again. Why? Because this is the new down extension leg now on the short-term trend, and the short-term trend, price action theory, the short-term trend moves and behaves exactly in the same way as the market wave, down extension on the short-term trend, retracement. And if you are shorting down in here on the 15-minute chart, 1-hour chart, 2-hour chart, sometimes even the 4-hour chart, you are going to lose again. Now, if you lose and you understand why, that's okay. Demo account first. If you lose and if you don't understand why, get back to those lessons, study the manual, participate in JVN sessions, and so on and so on and so on. Alright, everybody? Share the knowledge, teach other people. Okay, it's for free, it doesn't cost you a cent. We're looking for traders. Tell your friends and family to join Forex Course 101 here on YouTube. Okay, if you want private lessons but my schedule is tight, we can try to put you in private coaching if you want to learn faster. Okay, otherwise it's just go with YouTube but participate in the conversation and so on. Alright, everybody, see you back tomorrow. Rewatch this lesson. Alright, see you tomorrow. Thank you.